If you are writing a blog post or an article and you want that article to pop up on the first page of Google, then you are definitely going to want to use this outline to help you do that. This video is basically going to show you exactly what I use for myself and for my clients in order to get your article or blog post on the first page of Google, because ultimately that is exactly what we want. Now, of course, when it comes to getting on the first page of Google, there are a lot of different moving parts. However, this is one thing that is going to give you a better chance of getting on that first page. Your goal of writing a blog post or article is to be 100 times better than what is already currently ranking on the first page of Google. So when you go in and you Google a certain keyword or topic, whatever pops up within those first 10 positions that are not ads or it's not the Google Map Pack, you want to make sure that your article is better than what's already there, right? So that is our goal. Now, in order to do that, you have to have organization and you have to make sure that your article or blog post includes everything that the intended user needs and wants to know, right? With you using an outline to write a blog post or an article, it's going to give you organization, and it's also going to make sure you include all the important parts. Your goal is to write a highly valuable, epic blog post. Now, this is the template that I basically use for myself and my clients. And I'm just going to go over everything to make sure that you understand how and what you need to do when you're creating an outline for your blog post. If you want a copy of this blog post outline template, I will leave the link below so that you can actually use it when it comes to writing your own blog post. So the first thing is the topic or keyword. Now, when it comes to your topic or keyword, this research needs to be done ahead of time. So I usually have or keep a word bank of different topics and keywords, phrases that I will be writing content for me and my clients. And so I choose from there. And then when I create my content calendar, I already know what I'm basically going to be writing about. But if you are not at that point, I would do a separate video basically showing you the best, easiest, simplest way to do your keyword research and be able to have a large bank of those keywords and phrases and topics so you don't have to be worried and overwhelmed with, oh my God, what am I going to write a blog post about? What do I need to talk about? Those kind of things. So you want to make sure your keyword or topic is relevant to your niche. And then the next is determining your blog post title. Now, when it comes to your blog post title, you do not have to create it right in the beginning. I put it in the beginning because it just depends on your preference and how you like to work. When it comes to the blog post titles, these are the things that you definitely want to try to stay within these guidelines. So you want to make sure the exact keyword or topic is in the title. You want to try to keep it under 60 characters. I believe it's 60. I forgot, but I'll double check that. You want to make sure you have a list, like a couple different options just in case. Use Chat GPT when needed. The shorter the titles are, the better. However, sometimes they will be longer than 60 characters. So don't, get all crazy, because remember, when you're writing your blog post or your article, you want to make sure that you are writing it for the reader. A lot of people get so sidetracked and they're like, oh, is Google going to like it, or AI, or the bots? No, your objective is to provide value to your reader. Okay. So if you cannot make the blog post title under 60 characters, then it is what it is. You want to have a balance. Maybe some are shorter, some are longer. It doesn't matter. It does matter, but you try to stay within those guidelines. Then you want to try to include a number when possible. So maybe it's the year, maybe it's, the top 5 XYZ, or top best ways to do XYZ. And you want to make sure it's enticing and click worthy. So you don't want, ideally, you want a blog post that will make somebody want to click on it. Like, what is it that they're telling you? Or what is it that, what whatever information that you have in the article and the target audience, the audience that you are targeting, you want to make sure that when they see the title, it's going to make them want to read the article, right? Or the blog post. I do want to make a note. If you do include numbers in the blog post title, do not include the numbers in the URL. So let me clarify that. The URL needs to be written like this. So it needs to, so say the topic or keyword is healthy babies. When you write the article, say it's the marketingmompreneur.com, it would be / healthy - babies. That's it. That's the URL. Do not include any numbers or any special characters or anything within the URL. Just because you use a number in the title does not mean you need to use it in the URL. Okay? That's what I was basically saying before. So just to clarify that. Don't use any spaces. So instead of the spaces, you're going to use a hyphen instead, and don't use any dates or special characters. The meta description is basically going to tell the reader what it is that article or blog post is about. So before they read the article or they want to look more into what it is about, it's like a quick little synopsis of what it is. And it's short, okay? So it's 160 characters or better, or shorter. So the shorter the better. So if you can keep it under 160 characters, great. What ends up happening with the meta description and also with the title, if you put it longer, what ends up happening is Google will sometimes cut it off. Let me see if I can just show you a quick example right now. Can't spell healthy babies. So you see how the Healthy Babies Project, this little section right under here is basically what tells you what the meta description is. So it's just a brief little, and you see how this is cut off and it has the ... That basically is telling you that their meta description is longer and Google has decided to cut it off here. They can't, you don't decide where they cut it off at, it just happens. But you see here where they have like a shorter meta description. Everything is listed, whatever they put, pow. So ideally you want to be under 160 characters because you want to control what the reader is seeing. If it's longer than 160 characters, they may cut it off where it doesn't make sense. So it may not entice that reader to click on it. So that's why it's important. And then also you want to make sure you use the exact keyword or topic, include a power word, and also you want it to be enticing and click worthy. Next we have tone. You want to determine what the tone of your blog post or article is going to be about. Okay, so that could be like a professional or casual friendly or personal conversation manner. Now, I personally, for my own brand, I like a conversational personal tone, okay? Mostly because that's what makes me me or sets me apart from the next brand, okay? I don't think there's anything wrong with a professional or casual friendly tone. It just depends on your brand and your preference and your audience. So you can always like try different things, test it out, see if it works or if it doesn't. You know, it's not a big deal, but you definitely want to get in the habit of knowing how you communicate with your readers. Again, I always like personal conversational tones, and I prefer to write an article in the first person. Okay, so I have like showing I actually have experience in XYZ or I've done this. You know what I'm saying? So definitely something to consider. What is your purpose of writing this article? Is it a informative article where someone asks a question and you're basically writing the blog post or article to answer that question? Is it more of an affiliate post where someone asks with healthy babies, what is the best, formula to use with newborns? Roundup posts are good. Like if you're looking to do guest blogs, you can do a roundup post about something your target audience wants to know. And then you can contact those people that were included in the roundup posts and ask them to do a guest blog post. That's one of the ways that I learned in the SEO course that I took, and it is very effective. Okay. It takes some time, but it's effective. The purpose of the blog post, you can come back to this after you've already done the outline, because one of the things that you have to do with the outline is you have to determine what is the search intent of the reader. So if they search healthy babies, what is it that they're actually like looking for? And we will go over that in just a moment. So next up, we have the questions people also ask. Now you want to take a look at this. This is always offered, like 9 times out of 10 is offered on anything that you search. I'm going to take you right here so you can see. Here it is right here. So anytime that you like search a topic or keyword, there is going to be a section here that says people also ask. What you want to do is take a look at these, write down the ones that are relevant, applicable to what you're doing, and you are going to include these questions within your article. Now, when it comes to call to action, every article or blog post that you write, you want to include a call to action. Normally, you're going to include this at the very end of the article, like right at the end after you've written the conclusion or the next steps or takeaway section. You're going to write it. Ideally, you want to put that font in a little larger size, and then you're going to ask them, comment below or follow me on XYZ, or let me know in the comment section about XYZ. Like whatever it is that you want them to do, it needs to be one, and you include it at the end of that article. You also want to ideally place your lead magnet, which is usually considered like a content upgrade or a lead magnet, within the article as well. So you can use that as like one of your images throughout the article, something related to that article specifically that the reader would be interested in or would be valuable for that reader. You want to make it an epic blog post or article. You want to make sure that your article is 100 times better than what is already currently ranking on the first page of Google, right? And I'm going to show you in just a moment how we're going to do that. You want to take a look at the Moz score, and I am going to log into that because I forgot to. And this is my little extension right here. I want to determine what the user intent is. So let me log into my Moz so that it will show here, and I will be back. Okay, so I've logged into my Moz account, and I am going to show you in just a moment what it looks like on the first page of Google. Let me go back to the outline. So we're going to analyze the SERP, right, which is the search engine results page. All that means is when you type in your keyword or title or your keyword or topic here, all of the pages that are listed here, you see how it's listed 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first 10 positions is basically the first page. We're not going to pay much of mind to, this is the map section here, like if you were a local business. So here you want to take a look at first, what is the DA scores of these sites? So this is a 28. This is a that's small, 68, 37, 74, 72, 56, right? We'll look to see what they are. We'll look at the meta description for 20 years, see what they're saying. So I'm going to start with the first one because it's the first article listed, and 2 because it's a 28. So I'll click on this one. Okay, so I'll just take like a good look. Healthy babies, protecting tomorrow's children today. And I would just take a look at what classes. So it's kind of like a community-based site. I'm not really sure. Community services, classes, donate. All right. I'll go back to the results page. I would click on the next one. And this is how you determine what the intent of the reader is as well. When people search for healthy babies, are they looking for an affiliate post, like to buy something? No, it doesn't look like it. Are they looking for like information, community, whatever the case may be? Is that's how you determine what the intent is based off of what is already currently listing on that for a ranking on the first page. So this is informative. This is a very short page. It's telling the stages, giving months, okay. And that site has a DA of 75. Let's go to the next one. Some of these, this is a government site, so I'm not even going to click on that. I'm not going to click on that one. Another thing about looking at the websites that are already currently ranking on the first page, you want to kind of disregard, like if you see a Facebook page or a huge media outlet, a government page, because you're not going to outrank those pages, right? You can look at them for context to see what they have written. I want to look at articles that are closely, or blogs or websites close to what I have, meaning like the same niche, like an actual business or a blog or website, not like a government site, not something that has no relevance to what I'm doing. Let's choose this one. This is 37, Healthy Babies, Baltimore. And I'm just using Healthy Baby as an example. This could be any topic or keyword. You're going to do it's going to be the same exact process. So we click here, every baby counts on you. Plan your family. This is basically just a landing page and it has some information. Okay, now if I was doing a blog post, right, and I chose this as a, I probably would not choose this as a keyword or topic, mainly because it's not really an article based. The intent is not an article. The intent is more like if you have some kind of community or government based, but I wanted to do like any example, and this is showing you, this is how you determine what the intent of the reader. So if someone comes in and searches healthy babies, they probably won't search just healthy babies. They might search, if you just click on healthy babies, planning for a healthy baby, healthy baby, Cigna, which is a healthcare provider, the city, planning for healthy babies, income limit. So these are the things that people like, long-term keywords. So these are things that people are actually searching for, not just normally healthy babies. Maybe I didn't do the research again. That's a different video on keyword research. But in general, healthy babies, you determine what the intent is. So if you had like a parenting site or something regarding babies, you could possibly do a somewhat like a landing page, or you can do what's currently listed, because if you do like an affiliate post, that might not get a lot of traction, because you don't want to just create a blog post or article just to create one. You want the intent to be there, because what is the purpose? That goes back to what is the purpose of the article. So if you want to, not the reader, want to create an affiliate post based off of healthy baby products, that is not the intent of this keyword so far, right? So it would not get any or very little traffic. So you have to write the blog posts and articles based off what the reader wants to know, not necessarily what you want to know. Okay, that's really important. So when it comes to creating outline, you want to make sure that you understand the outline itself is the bread and butter of the blog post. You need an outline before you write a blog post or write an article. Focus on creating a highly valuable outline, which is based on the information that you have researched with the topic and keyword, and that is currently ranking on the first page of Google, right? You want to make sure it's very thorough and intentional. You want to remember what your goal is when it comes to writing a blog post. Let me go back to the outline. So we analyzed the search engine results page, the SERP. We looked at the DA scores to see if it's, just to determine and verify if it's low competition, mid competition, high competition. We determined what the search intent of that topic or keyword is. Want to click on each one of them, take a closer look at each one of the blogs or websites or businesses related to what my business is. No government sites, no major media outlets. Again, you can look at those for context to see what they have listed on that page, but to consider that when it comes to what you're doing with writing your outline, writing your blog post, that is not going to apply. You're going to analyze the headings and subheadings. In this case, it really wasn't applicable because it wasn't like an article based topic or keyword. It was more of like a landing page, healthy babies, community, that kind of thing. So this case, it was not applicable, but the subheadings and headings are something you definitely want to take a look at. And then analyze the articles, determine what information is currently provided. So normally you would just go on, you want the ones that you do, click on the ones that are applicable. And within this guideline, click on it, see what information they have listed that you may have not thought about or that you didn't even think the reader would want to know. And then, of course, you're going to make yours better. You're going to a lot of different steps that you want to take when it comes to writing the article as well. I will do a separate video on actually writing the article, okay? But for now, here's the outline. I'm hoping this video was super valuable. Until next time, ciao.